get hold of the link for that, I'll pop it in the chat for everyone else.
So can you see my screen? Can you
Yes,
see my deck?
yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Trisha.
Awesome.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So yeah, Trisha
This
Sinclair, take it away.
Thanks, Cheryl. So this is a very interactive session, a very, very interactive session. I really hope you have your phones because I am going to be doing a poll on a few of the things that I've got, pretty much a lot of the things I've got here using Mentimeter. So let's carry on. So my topic is 5 things to know about D365 customer service. And just to give an introduction to myself, I'm Trisha Sinclair. I'm currently working at Avanade as the customer service European lead. That's because I really, really do enjoy D365 customer service. I think that it is an underrated tool, but it's one of the tools that you actually need in your life, and that's why you're all here. So thank you very much for that. I do like to blog. I blog a lot about omni-channel customer service, DevOps. So please, connect with me there. And if you've got any questions as well, feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn or on Twitter. I do also like an interactive session. So I've got 30 minutes. Put your questions in the chat. Use your phone to when I tell you to do your polls, and we're gonna have a good time for the next 30 minutes. Cool. So my first question. Okay, don't worry, this is not a Microsoft exam. I want to provide proactive service using IoT functionality. I want you to go to www.menti.com on your phone or on, like another web page and put the code 71029654 in and quickly vote on this. I want to see, what do you actually think you would put if you were going to provide proactive service using IoT functionality? What's the first thing that's coming to your mind? And just to make sure that it is working, if someone just tells me once they've actually done it, sometimes it takes a while to start seeing the results. Has anyone done it yet?
I've done it, but I think I've got the wrong question. So maybe I put in the wrong number.
Oh, dear. Which question did you get?
I'm seeing, does D365 Remote Assist support customer service?
Oh, darn. Okay, let's do this in a different way then. Let us use the icons at the top. If you would use field service, just basically send me like a heart or like a thumbs up in the chat in this here. Like the emojis at the top of the screen. Would you use field service? Okay. Would you use customer service? Okay, so a few more people would use customer service and field service. Would anyone for remote assist? Not seeing any emojis. And lastly, but not leastly, D365 sales. Anyone for D365 sales? Okay, great. Oh, some D365 sales. So the reason I wanted to do that is because a lot of the times, when you think about proactive service, and especially IoT, and for those who might not be familiar with the term IoT and proactive service, just take a little step back. IoT is pretty much Internet of Things. It means that your devices, your computer, your television, a lot of things are actually transmitting data that can be used to identify if something's wrong. So it means that the manufacturer or whoever you've got like a support contract with is able to provide service and fix the problem before it becomes a deep problem for you. For example, if I really want to watch like the season finale of Big Bang Theory, which is, I know it's finished, but if I did and my TV was on the outs, then that they could actually help me by fixing that problem before I even knew it was a problem, so I can continue watching my shows without impediment. So it's really great for that. The challenge though is when people think about IoT, which is that the Internet of Things and being able to do that proactive service, they instantly think of D365 field service and connected field service. And this is because, of course, you know, you had that ability, you do have the ability to have your IoT alerts and you're sending your commands and your device readings, etc., within D365 field service. But what a lot of people don't seem to realize or remember or know about is that you also have connected customer service. And connected customer service is just as important because whilst field service, of course, field service is more along the lines, if you're going to send an engineer out on site and you're going to provide support to someone in a separate location, not where you are, but you have to go out and provide that support, then perfect, field service will work for you because you can generate your work orders. But what about if you're going to provide proactive support or proactive service where you don't need to go out on site and resolve something? There is no need to implement field service. You can have exactly the same setup with your IoT alerts, your device readings, your schedule board, everything. You have that within customer service as well. In fact, it's known as connected customer service. And that's where you have IoT Central. That's where you can set up your IoT alerts and understand what's going on with your television. And then you can set up a barrier where it says if something is not right, so it can detect if something is not quite right and something is out of the scope of what is normal, it will send an alert to D365 customer service and it could automatically generate a case. Okay, so here you can actually see that you've got an example of the IoT alert, and look, it's in customer service. It's not in field service, and that's because you can do the same thing in customer service, right? One good example is we implemented at a previous previous company that I worked in. We implemented a solution for a really popular gym, which I love. And this gym needed a sensor to detect feedback. So as you left the gym, you would basically tap to see if you were happy or if you didn't actually enjoy your experience at the gym. And that would basically allow the gym to see what they needed to improve on. That was an IoT sensor, and that was sending the feedback to D365, and from D365 we were able to automatically generate cases to see, okay, there is something definitely wrong today with the gym, what was it, and they could proactively improve. You might also see these images or these devices in bathrooms and public bathrooms. These are also IoT devices. This is sending data to someone for someone to know how clean was the bathroom, how good was your experience. So use them because that is going to help with that feedback loop. And of course, this is another way of how we can implement D365 customer service. Cool. By the way, if you've got questions, please feel free, pop it in the chat. The next thing is, does D365 Remote Assist support customer service? Now, this one I think is the one that you had. So if you had it, hopefully you didn't close it down. Just put your little answer there, and I should be able to hopefully see it in my thing. So, ooh, wait, I see these here, but I can't. Okay, I will tell you because for some reason it's not showing on the screen. Yes, D365 customer service, 12 people said yes. Thank you very much for those 12 that voted. D365 Remote Assist does support customer service, but there is a caveat. D365 customer service, as at this point, the GA version of it does not support customer service. It currently is in public preview, but the public preview experience of D365 Remote Assist includes something called one-time calling. What one-time calling allows us to do is allow your customer or your manufacturer or whoever needs support or whoever you need support from to call in to that remote assist call or chat, and you can then utilize the mixed reality annotations to help resolve the issue. So it's directly from the agent sending that remote assist link to the customer. The customer is able to use their mobile phone, again, compatible with your Android and your iOS devices because it's the same remote assist app, and they're able to utilize that app to get help via mixed reality annotations, chats, and using the Teams call experience that remote assist has. Another good thing about it is that another thing to note, is that you don't need a license as a customer or as a manufacturer, but you do need a license if you are an agent. Another thing to note is that you can only have 2 people in that call. So this is something that is currently in public preview, but it's going to be a game changer because, as we all know, the quicker you resolve an issue is the better the customer experience. So hopefully that's something that you guys will find value in. Now, I want to ask this, but I know that the interaction thing is not really working. So I'm going to do it the same way. What I want hearts. Actually, no. Can you just put it in the chat? How much do you think you have to pay for customer service insights? If you just put it in the chat here, that would be great. Just type it in the chat. I'll give you a minute. Anyone? I'm really hoping you guys are typing. Ah, Nicholas, don't give the game away. Anyone else? I did. Okay, so Nicholas is actually totally correct. In a way, customer service insight is actually provided free, well, not free of cost. You are paying for the license after all, but it's included in your customer service enterprise license. This is something that for some reason a lot of people are not aware of. Customer service insights, just to make sure that you're aware, it is totally different from customer insights. Customer insights is more a customer data platform solution. Customer service insights is where we're able to track the KPIs that are inside of your customer service solutions. It uses the case records, it uses your customer data, your conversation data, groups it all together, utilizes machine learning on top, and will give you relevant KPIs that are needed for customer service. KPIs such as your standard average handling time if you're in a contact center, your average resolution time, which is useful for everyone, and also it integrates well with Power Virtual Agent. So if you've got a lot of cases that are actually the same type of cases, it groups it all together, forms what's known as a topic, and you can see how well your agents are dealing with these types of topics. So you'll know if you need to train them, or you might want to allow someone who is really good at that to train the others. So you identify your superstars and you identify people that might need a little bit more support. But this is all a graphical view of the case related data. So it just makes it so much easier for the business to understand what's going on and see the trends of what's going on there as well. There's so many KPIs are available with just customer service insights. My recommendation is just have a look, because a lot of the times you're thinking of building out, these reports, these fancy reports using Power BI and, dashboards, and it's already there for you if you actually just enable the historical analysis in the service management area. The other thing as well is when you have the topics, those topics form the starting point of your Power Virtual Agent. So if you notice that something is trending upwards, if you're seeing more and more people coming in about a particular topic, you might want to create a Power Virtual Agent bot to hopefully deflect away. If you don't have a bot, that's fine. You'll at least see it so you can create knowledge articles to support your people. Cool. The next thing, so I am asking Nico, so if you want to ask, if you want to answer, just put that in the chat. What would you use channel integration framework for? Now, channel integration framework, for those who don't know, is it's basically an API that allows us a way to integrate between D365 and external systems. There are two versions. You've got version 1, version 2. Version 1 really works with your single session applications. Version 2 works with your multi-session applications. Anyone for, what would you do? Or what would you use SIF for? Oh, it's very shy today. Unified Service Desk. Bring your own channel to extend and add new channels. Okay. Organizing meetings. Cool. Awesome. These answers, I like these answers because you would be correct. In terms of channel integration framework, a lot of people think that channel integration framework is really just for voice. And that's not the case. It's really a way to integrate third-party providers with D365, and it has a JavaScript API library that allows us to do that. So here we have an example of utilizing our voice, but we've got an ISV known as Orlo, who's actually used channel integration framework to bring in, for example, social messaging using their inbox, and we can then use that inbox to support customers using the multi-tabbed experience that Dynamics has. So for those who mentioned organizing meetings with external customers, you could do that. You could design things like that and allow the agent or the person that's dealing with that inbox to work through it and resolve it. So these are really things that you could do with SIF that is not readily, known. Cool. Just conscious of time. So the last thing that I want to showcase here is the last thing that I want to showcase here is the native voice, which is coming to GA. There you go. Yeah, it is coming to GA very, very shortly, I think in November. And what I want to do is I want to make sure that I can share my audio as well, which I think I missed this part of Lisa Crosby's video. When you're watching something, don't just stop. Make sure you watch it till the end, because I can't remember how to actually share my audio in this format. But that's fine, we'll talk through it. So with the native voice channel, native voice experience is coming to D365 Omnichannel. Before, yes, we would have to use SIF, we'd have to create using channel integration framework. In fact, many have, or they've actually brought in third-party, oh, sweet. Thanks, Nicholas. So there are other third-party ISVs. Oh, sweet. So other third-party ISVs, for example, Solgari, I know Ben is joining after, and he was going to share, showcase, Solgari solution that is actually developed inside of channel integration framework. But native voice is going to be available very shortly. And what I wanted to show is a quick run through of that. So can you hear that?
I don't hear it. I'm not sure if anyone else can.
Yeah, okay. So people mentioned that they could hear. So let's carry on.
It's just me. Everyone else is fine.
Sorry, Cheryl. Okay, great. So what you were able to see there is all the new functionality that's going to be available within D365 customer service omni-channel in November. So that is the being able to get a new phone number. Just to let you know, if you want to generate a new phone number, that's only going to be available in North America. But direct routing will allow you to bring your own number. So if you've got a third-party voice carrier, you'll be able to take that, have that carrier and utilize omni-channel voice by linking the two together, utilizing something known as direct routing. But then you'll be able to get all this functionality within omni-channel. So this is mainly for contact centers, and I'll show you why in a second, Abdul. So this will allow contact centers to have your agents be able to answer phone calls, get your speech to text, your sentiment analysis, be able to do all the normal stuff that you can do with other providers, whilst also, you know, utilizing the AI available in Customer Service Insights and Smart Assist. One of the questions, and one of the confusion around voice, and why I've put it here as something to know, is because people think that this is Teams. So they think, oh, okay, I've got Teams, so I'm going to be able to use this. But one second. But what I would like to share is that the Teams internal web service, which is known as IC internal, that's what Teams is using, and that only Teams can use that, right? ACS, Azure Communication Services, which Omnichannel is built on top of, is using IC3. So D365 customer service uses Azure Communication Services. It does not use Teams. Okay, so you know, if you have Teams, you cannot automatically just use native voice. You have got to use the D365 omni-channel voice component. Azure Communication Services will also allow you to build your own solutions as well, because it's a public web service. Okay, so the other thing, Abdul, why I said just wait 1 second, is because you have another thing which is more for individuals. So D365 Contact Center is more for your agents, contact center solution. But if you've got a one-on-one relationship, more for like salespeople, etc., then you've got to factor in your Sales Accelerator. Sales Accelerator is the one that utilizes that Microsoft Teams. Sales Accelerator uses Microsoft Teams. D365 customer service uses ACS. I know it's not confusing at all. Okay. So with that in mind, is that allowed auto dial? Umesh, I'm not sure of the question. Do you want to clarify a little bit more? Is that allowed auto dial outbound a call for agent? You can do outbound calling for agents. But at the moment, I think I know what you mean in terms of automatically calling, and if someone doesn't pick up, it will answer and go to the next one. Then what it will do, that is not currently available, but that is, I believe, on the roadmap. What's the difference with omni-channel with multi-channel? Omni-channel versus multi-channel. Multi-channel is what we used to have in the back in the day when, you know, we had voice versus email. So you might have a separate system and a separate process for voice, a separate system and a separate process for email, a separate system for your chat. What this would mean is different SLAs, different experiences for your customers. Omni-channel is bringing them all together now. So you have like your one system, which provides all of those channels. Okay, so it provides a more seamless experience for your agents and a seamless experience for your customers as well. Now, in my last minutes, what I want to do is I want to know which things are you going to look into. Can you just put it in the chat and just say which one actually drew your attention and what are you actually going to be looking at? Please, I'd like to know. I've got one question here is, omni-channel suitable for call centers and sales environments of customer service. Remember, omni-channel is customer service. So you've got two flavors. You've got D365 customer service, and then you've that has customer service workspace, and then you've got omni-channel for customer service. The difference between the two, the main difference between the two, is that one, third-party channels. So if you're going to be utilizing the, like your Solgaris, etc., and you've got third-party channel, and you don't really care about the native channels that D365 or Microsoft will give you, just use customer service. If you wanted to use the native channels that Microsoft are providing, use omnichannel. Sweet. So I love the fact that some are actually saying like the social, because I do agree with that. Social care is really missing, but Orlo does provide that thing. Channel integration framework, that's great. Multi-presence in omni-channel, love to hear a little bit more about that. So Venkatasabaru, if you'd like to just connect with me and share what you mean, that'd be grand, just so I can actually understand what you mean, and maybe we can talk a little bit more about that. ACS is generally available worldwide. So if you'd like to start playing with ACS, knock yourself out. It's great, it's fun. And I think that is me.
Wow, Trisha, that was amazing. I mean, I thought I knew customer service, right? I have learned so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you
Yeah.
all for your time. And just remember, if you've got any other questions, like I am available, like tweet me. I'll put my handle right here, or just connect with me on LinkedIn. And these slides, are the slides going to be shared, or would you share them separately?
Yeah, I mean, if you could share them, that would be great. We just to let everyone know, there may be a recording posted at the end of the year, but obviously we're trying to make this interactive and something that people come along to. So that's why we're not posting the recordings immediately for this.
Okay, awesome.
Okay.
Thank you all. It was great. Thanks. Bye.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Trisha. Have a wonderful day.
You
That
too.
was just fantastic. And I really loved that Trisha was using the Lisa Crosby method, because she was checking all those questions in the chat as we went along, which was just that was a game changer for me. So thank you very much. And that link actually to the Lisa Crosby video that Trisha mentioned has been shared in the chat. So luckily, Trisha also mentioned Solgari there right at the end, which segues us quite nicely towards our next speaker, who is Ben Banks, Head of Pre-Sales at Solgari. And Ben is coming to speak to us about transforming customers into power users through self-service automation. So I think Ben is online. Ben, can you... are you there?
Hey Cheryl, hey everyone, very good to be back on again for the 8th time probably, I think now. No, thanks for the introductions. We should also have Sebastian Rowe on the call as well. Are you on there, Seb?
I am.
Yeah, you are.
Okay.
Cool. So I think I'll just do a quick intro, Seb. So we're going to do we're just doing a half-an-hour session here today, everyone, and we'll give you a nice picture of what we're kind of talking about here. It was really nice actually to listen to the omni-channel piece that Microsoft are doing in the channel integration framework inside of omni-channel. We are very much in line doing the same thing. That's not for this conversation, but it's just so you understand that we sit in the same space, inside of omni-channel as native voice for Microsoft, and we're doing a lot of expansion on it over the next couple of months as well. Over to you, Seb.
Thank you, Ben. And I think, again, I just want to kind of congratulate Tricia for her amazing presentation. I mean, tough challenge to come after, but hey, we'll try to do our best. So as Ben mentioned, this is not the first time we're doing the Power Community.